Oh, I didn't see you there. I was just working on something. Would you like to see what I drew? Don't worry, I'll show you later. Hello kids, it is me again. I really like to draw. The stream before last and my last video that I made should have told you that as well, but I realized that not everybody who watches me watches every single video that I've made. Could you imagine that? Anyways, I like to draw, and I've been doing so since about 2016. Since 2016, you know, I like to draw digitally, and that's what I've been doing since then. And in 2018, I decided, you know what? I should make an entire art book, and well, that's what I did. So a little background about that. In 2018, I was a freshman in college, yeah, and that summer I went on to work as a t-shirt designer in my hometown. It was an interesting job. I started out liking it and then I ended up not really liking it, but that's not really what this is about. But during that summer I made an entire art book by myself. I made it and I even got it printed. I got 10 copies of it made for about $70, and I still have 5 of those copies. You're gonna see one of them. That prior semester, I guess it'll be spring 2018, I took a graphic design class, and in that graphic design class we learned very basic layout stuff for like magazines and stuff like that. It was an intro to graphic design class, so it kind of went over all of that, and that's where I learned how to do like layouts and stuff, and how I was able to kind of plan out this whole art book. So I guess I should actually show you the art book itself. But first, a word from our sponsor. It's me, I'm the sponsor. Hello there, I'm Arin, and I do voiceovers. Starting at just $5 for 250 words, I will read your script in a natural way that is pleasing to the ear. Each additional 250 words, all the way up to 3,000, is just another $5. I will cut out all the bad bits and clean up the audio for free. For a fee, I can also proofread your script for you and provide commercial and full broadcast rights if you so desire. So, what are you waiting for? Let's work together. It's called Dreamy Days, and here it is. This is the book itself. It's kind of glossy. You can see my ring light reflected, but this is the book itself. It's not very thick. This is the back cover. It's not very thick. There's actually, I didn't plan it out too well because there's 2 blank pages in the back because I didn't have enough pages. So I worked on it from about, I think it took me around a month to do, and I think that was, June. June is when I did it. June 2018 is when I made this. Today in this video, we're just going to be going through it, taking a walk down memory lane. Hopefully that'll be fun. I still actually have all of the files, so while I'm reading through this, you're going to see images pop on the screen to aid you with that. Also, fun fact, this isn't the first art book that I've done. This is the first one that I've gotten printed. That's not the first one that I've done. In 2018, I made a polyvore fashion zine. Unfortunately, I don't have any of the files to that anymore. I still have the original PDF, but I don't have any of the drawings, which is just sad. Honestly, they're not on any of my hard drives. I've changed computers a couple of times since then, and it's been lost to time. Well, let's just go through it. So the first page is the inside cover, it's just the title. I made a cute little pastel gradient. I really like it. Also, you won't be able to tell with the images, but the margins on this kind of suck. I think I did about maybe like a ½ inch for the margins, and that was like not enough at all. So we have the inside cover, and then we have the table of contents. Section 1 is the outfits, and section 2 is like a behind the scenes and extra section, which has a lot of fun stuff in it, and we'll see that. And then this section says, what is Dreamy Days? Dreamy Days is a fashion-themed art zine. I call this a zine. I'm not entirely sure that is what this is. I'm gonna call it an art book because that's kind of all this is, made as a personal summer project. My goal for this art book is to showcase different and diverse fashion styles that I find interesting, as well as share my artistic process. I hope you enjoy viewing this as much as I enjoyed making this, and that's the truth. I really liked making this. It was so much fun. So, next page. Oh, this page. I really like this page. It's really simple, but I really like the design of it. Oh, and as you'll tell, there's kind of like a color motif, especially with these pages, I think. The color motif is like black and then a pink and a blue. I really like it. And so this, just at the beginning of this section, it's like a quote about fashion. It's just something that I looked up online, just literally typed into Google, quotes about fashion. And then I found this one, because I thought I really liked it. Style is something each of us already has. All we need to do is find it. Diane von Furstenberg. who's a fashion designer. The first illustration here is, as the title says, pastel goth. It's kind of, I don't know. I think there's a disagreement within the goth world if pastel goth is like actually goth, but I think it is. It's kind of just like a subsection. By the way, for these drawings, again, this is done in 2018. I don't draw like this anymore. I'd like to think that I've gotten a lot better since then. So if this is your first time seeing any art that I've created, just know that this kind of sucks. I mean, I think it sucks, but since, you know, time has passed and I'd like to think that I've gotten better. Also, you'll notice that all of these drawings are unshaded. Like, these are all just flat colors. I'm not really sure why I did that, but I did. This next one is J Fashion. I went back and looked through all my files and stuff, and I did get references for all of this. Like this, I guess, kind of pinafore skirt that the girl on the right is wearing. That was a reference, and the girl on the left, her clothes were also from a reference. Honestly, my understanding of these fashion, I guess, subtypes it's not very concrete, and I feel like I could have done a lot more research when it came to this to actually look at what these styles actually look like, because now it's just kind of, I don't know, it feels kind of basic to me, but whatever. This isn't putting my own work down time. We have grunge. I think grunge, however, this is kind of, I feel like this is pretty concrete as a style. You know, if you think of grunge in your head, then this is what you would look at. And going back to the J Fashion one, you know, there isn't one set type of J Fashion, especially, you know, now that I've been following this Twitter account called Tokyo Fashion, which is this guy in Tokyo taking pictures of people in, I think specifically Harajuku, and like all of their really unique and different styles. I don't think you can just like pinpoint J Fashion as one thing. We have From My Closet, which is in fact from my closet. I still have this kind of kimono-like thing. It's got like lace at the ends. I didn't bother actually going through the trouble to like draw lace because I'm a little lazy. But yeah, I still have that. This romper, I don't have it anymore. It's actually, I'm looking over here, there's like a trash bag on the floor with a bunch of old clothes that I don't want anymore, and it's in there, unfortunately. It just doesn't fit me very well. And then these shoes, I have a couple of pair of shoes that look like this, and I have no idea which one this is, but I still have all of those shoes. And then here's street style. The thing about this outfit in particular, I did look up like street style examples, and I'm fairly certain I found something like this, which is why I included it like that. But again, I think the same with J Fashion. Street style isn't one thing that you can like pinpoint and pin down as like a singular looking style. It could use some work, the artwork itself. Honestly, there's not that many drawings in here. It's only 5 drawings, and it's like not even half of the book itself. Oh, there's a 2-page spread here that kind of serves as like, you know, the centerfold, I guess. I don't know. And I wrote a poem to go with it. Honestly, I still like this kind of centerfold type idea. I really like it. It's just that the margins are so bad that it doesn't really look that good, like as an actual book, but you know. So I wrote a poem for it. It's called Dreamy Days. I shall read it for you. Oh, to be naive again, to feel the pollen on my skin and not worrying about the eventual sinus barrage. To relish every dreamy day that comes and goes, each day guaranteed, and each day sanguine as the poppies that littered the field. Oh, how I'd like to feel the freshness of youth, the dreamy days I thought would be eternal. Now, I don't really fancy myself a poet, but again, this previous semester, spring 2018, I was still in creative writing, and I was still doing the colloquy classes, and in those classes I did poetry more than I did like short stories, because I just thought they were easier to write, and I don't know, I had a poetry phase. I'm not a poet. I'm not even really interested in poetry, and it's not really something that I want to do. But this serves as kind of a transition to the next section. And here we have another quote. I really like this one too. It says, "Don't think. Thinking is the enemy of creativity. It's self-conscious, and anything self-conscious is lousy. You can't try to do things. You simply must do things." And I do still really like this quote. It's by Ray Bradbury, and I really like the way that I kind of designed it with the motif of the glasses from the cover. I just really like how I did that. And then we have another, I'm not really sure what this will be called, the bumper page. just something transitional. And now these next few pages, like, you know, behind the scenes kind of stuff. And one of these is my process, my art and drawing process. And there's 3 images here. One of them is a rough sketch. The next one's like kind of clean lines. The next one is like colors. Again, my process has changed kind of a lot since 2018. I mean, even in the past like 2 months, my process has changed a lot. So this isn't really what I do anymore. Yeah, I mean, I really like this. I guess it's an interesting thing to do. And then we have a sneak peek on this next page of my 2016 art book that I did. You can see there's 2 versions here, one from 2016 and one from 2018. And you know, there's some changes there. You know, you could tell that I kind of got better. And I agree with 2 years ago me. 2018 was an upgrade. Experimentation. And here we have a nice little grid of a lot of my artworks from about 2016 to I think June of 2018, which was when I was working on this. There are a lot of pictures here, drawings that I do still really like a lot, especially this one of this blonde-haired woman kind of looking up. That was from the subreddit called Reddit Gets Drawn, where people post pictures of themselves and other people will draw them. And this is from, I want to say 2017, and I still really like it a lot. Sometimes I find it hard to branch out and try new things, like drawing men, which was a challenge for the grunge outfit, since I had only drawn them twice before, which is true. I don't draw guys a lot. I find it's easiest to just do it. Like Bill Wirtz says, find the mountain, climb the thing. Now, I was looking through this a couple of days ago when I decided I wanted to do this video. I came across this quote, and I'd almost forgotten that I put this in here, but I'm fairly certain this is from the Hi, I'm Steve video that Bill Wirtz made around this time.
Hey, here's the mail. Dear Steve, that's not my name, but whatever. Dear Steve, how did you climb this mountain? Well, I'm glad you asked that. It's part of a 2-step program. Find the mountain, climb the thing. That's the way we can get things done, and that's how I do it. It's easy and simple, 'cause you know what to do.
And even though I don't think that was the intention of that line in that video, I really took it, I took it to heart. Kind of like the Ray Bradbury quote, you can't think about things, you just have to do them. And with this quote, find the mountain, climb the thing, I really still believe that, that it's really easy to just like do things instead of thinking about it, which kind of sort of makes sense, but also not really in a way. I just thought it was a really nice quote. References and tools. The drawings for this scene were made in Paint Tool Sci Beta version 2, which I still use to this day. It's a very simple program. The PDF version of this art book, I guess, was made in Photoshop CS6. I don't use CS6 anymore. I use CC 2019 or 2020. I can't remember. For my sketches and line art, I use a very simple round brush. For my sketches, I do still use like a hard round brush, but for my line art, I've changed to do more like textured lines. I use the blots brush form, I think it's called inside, for my lines now, and I really like how it looks, the texture that it has. For shading, which I don't even know why I included this because I shaded nothing in this art book, but whatever. For shading, I use a modified version of the water brush, which is true, I still use the water brush, but now I have like a sort of blending brush that I use. It doesn't like place down color, just kind of blends colors together. And now I use textures too. I found this like skin texture from DeviantArt like a million years ago, or maybe Tumblr, I can't even remember, it's been a while. Those are the only 2 tools that I use. My art is pretty simplistic, which yeah, I would still say that it's pretty simplistic. I draw on a Huion GT190 that I got for my birthday in 2016. That is also no longer true. Let's see, a couple of days ago, since this is December 28th, so Christmas was a couple of days ago, I got a new tablet. It's an XP Pen Artist Pro 13.3, so I got a little bit of an upgrade. I still am in possession of my Huion. It's over there on a box whenever my new monitor comes, because I was using that as a second monitor for like the longest time. Whenever my new monitor comes, I'm gonna sell that one, and hopefully it'll make someone else very happy for a few years. Oh, there's a Q&A section. Next page, about the artist. And there's a self-portrait of me, I guess. Hi, my name is Victoria. I go by my middle name for most of my art-related ventures. I guess because, when I did all of this, I was still in high school, and I was really concerned about my classmates finding all of my, at the time, really bad art and, making fun of me on social media, which is why I was more or less completely incognito for all of my art stuff. Current day, I'm not really concerned about it anymore, considering that one, I don't talk to anyone from high school, so it like literally doesn't matter what they say. And two, I literally don't care about this kind of stuff anymore. Like, at my advanced age of 21, like, why am I caring about people making fun of me? It doesn't affect me, like, at all. I don't care, you know. Hi, my name is Victoria, I'm 18, I'm an artist, obviously. This will be the second zine I've done so far, my first being the Polyvore Summer Fashion Zine that came out in 2016. My goal with this zine is to make it look and feel a little more professional and to showcase how far I've gotten since 2016. I'm so glad to be able to share this with you all. Although I have great interest in art and fashion, I'm currently studying creative writing and film production. I'd really like to see where that takes me. Maybe I could incorporate my art into those two things one day. Only time will tell. And then my social media is at the bottom. None of these have changed, by the way. If you're wondering, my Tumblr's still the same, my DeviantArt's still the same, and my art Twitter is still the same. If you're interested in that kind of thing, I guess. And then at the end, we have a nice acknowledgements page. It's just white with like simple text, you know. I thought that was really nice to do. I'd like to thank all of the artists who've inspired me since 2016, of which there are too many to name. I'd also like to thank my mom for asking me, what's the point of drawing all the time if nothing comes of it? I believe she was referring to a career, but this zine will have to do for now. I did a little sneak diss at my mom in there, because, I don't know. She still does that, by the way. I don't know why my mom has such a hard time grasping the concept that I have a lot of hobbies. YouTube being one of them, drawing being one of them, reading being one of them, writing being one of them. I can distinctly remember my mom saying, all you do is write, and draw, and nothing comes of it. And then we have the final page. It's really nice. I like the whole kind of geometric, I guess, I don't know. I was going for a 90s feel with this, with the pastel colors and the geometric shapes and the black background. And then we have 2 empty pages, because I didn't plan this out properly, and I'm missing 2 pages. And then the back cover. So yeah, this is Dreamy Days, the art book that I made in 2018. Like I said in the beginning, I still have 5 copies. I don't really know what I'm gonna do with them. I'm not gonna sell them. I do really want to keep them. Yeah, I'm really, honestly, really proud of myself that I was able to even do something like this. The reason I was like kind of thinking about doing this video is because I do want to make another kind of art book zine thing, and I do even have a concept in my mind. And you know, this time around I did want it to be a community project, but again, as I've been surveying the masses, it kind of seems like it's not really going to be the case, but that's fine. I've conceptualized some art books before, like in the past, that I've wanted to do. Specifically a Sims one, but I never got very far with it. I think I only made 1 illustration for it, so that never really went anywhere. I really like doing this process, you know, picking out the fonts and picking out the colors and, you know, just organizing everything, doing the layouts and all that stuff. That was so much fun to me. Oh my god, my camera's gonna overheat again. I'm gonna leave a link to, I made a Google site for this where you can actually download this. It's really simple, it's literally just 1 page. I'm gonna try to publish that again because I think it got unpublished at some point, and I'll link that down in the description. If you want to download a copy of this for whatever reason, it's a PDF, it's completely free too as well. Did you guys want to see what I was drawing? Well, here it is. Don't tell anyone, but this is actually from like a couple of days ago. I didn't want to like draw something for this video for whatever reason, but anyways, this is what my art looks like now, and I think it looks a whole lot better than it did in 2018, and that is progress. That's gonna be it for me today. I'm gonna try to wrap this up before my camera overheats. Twitter, Ko-fi, I stream on this channel from time to time. I'm gonna put my art Twitter down below in the description if you're interested in my art and you want to check it out. But anyways, that's gonna be it for me for today. This might be the last video that I make in the year of our Lord 2020, and if that's the case, I'll see you in 2021.